Hey everybody, what's going on? How are you? Oh man, good times. Much has changed. Much has changed since last time I was on. Very much has changed. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Oh man. Vaughn, what's up, man? The most important change in my life by far is the fact that this league is going away. That's easily the most important thing that's happened, by far. What do you think, man? What do you think of the new league? Forbidden Sanctum. I'm cautiously optimistic. Oh, he sent a resume to a hospital for what? For what job? And dare I ask how it went? But yeah, like many people, I was not thrilled with the Lake of Calandra expansion for lots of reasons. But I never, ever thought that Grinding Gear Games would get rid of Arch Nemesis, and they did. Freaking amazing. Such a huge change. They didn't have the interview yet? Oh, okay. Cool. They're just kind of trying to get the foot in the door. Are they looking to go to med school? Or do something medical, I guess? Cool. They get the chance and they just graduated. Alright, awesome. Well, that is excellent. That's a good way to get started. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking into all things Path of Exile League Start related tonight, but first, they hope to go to med school. Okay, well, tell them that there is still time to change their mind. Scholarship with Masonry, Brick, and Stone. That's cool, dude. Hey, Cockroach Princess, thank you very much. In case you're curious what he's talking about, the way that my life has actually changed and why all of that was a joke is, let's see. Oh, there's oh god, what's her name? Betty White dabbing. I totally forgot that was in my channel, but where is it? That happened. Hey, there's a milk lid in the house. Yep, so my wife delivered early Friday morning. Thanks, man. Thank you guys. She did great. Baby did great. They actually got out of the hospital a day early, even. It's a girl. Little girl. She's named after both of our grandmas. So she's like, you know, it sounds like she's an old lady already. But, my wife jokingly says we have to name her after my mom's mom because she's the only person in my family that she likes. Which is hilarious because of how much truth there is to that. Absolutely paying respects to the grandmas, yeah. Her great-grandmas, specifically. But yeah, it's a good name. Good name. She's actually been pretty easy so far. Papa Milk Man is a nice guy. Oh, he is. Yeah, he is. But remember that both of my parents are art teachers. They're very eccentric people. My dad has worn white undershirts, swimsuits, and pith helmets pretty much everywhere he's gone for the last, like, 25 years. You think I'm exaggerating. If he's not wearing the swimsuit, he's wearing, like, a torn-up-ass pair of jeans. But yeah, he's good. He's a good grandpa. Just a weird guy. But yeah, that's my girl, and this is my son doing some experiments with her. Because if you don't know, babies are basically like little neurological reflex balls. There's a whole bunch of like weird stuff you can do with them. Basically, their brains are massively underdeveloped. Like humans are not done cooking when they're born at all, and so like because our heads are so big. There's like not a realistic way for them to be born if they were actually developed. Like they should probably be like 2 years old or something, like the functionality of a 2-year-old. He's handling it really well. He's doing very well. Like he's kind of scared of her. Like, he doesn't really understand, you know, babies like grunting and making weird facial expressions and stuff all the time. Doesn't really understand her. And I think he's like maybe a little sad that, like, you know, his mom is kind of locked up in a room and you're just feeding this little parasite for days on end. Like, he doesn't totally get it, but he's like pretty excited and he's like super interested in holding her most of the time. We got this video of him playing this little pig on her toes. And he's like, you know, it doesn't really make sense to him that she doesn't have the like same capabilities that he does. You know, like, he can't like tickle her and have her respond. Yeah, he's super cute. He's super cute with her. But the first time he held her, she started kind of going, ah, ah, and he was like, Dad, take her! Take her! He started freaking out. But yeah, he's doing really good. He's good. And we've tried really hard to kind of remove him from any sort of like, you know, authoritative duties or like, you know, babysitting or you know, the care that she involves, if that makes sense. Like, his life has basically been unaffected so far. It's like, my mother-in-law's in town and she is freaking fantastic. It is so nice to have her here. You can't say that about many mother-in-laws, but she's awesome. It's been really, really good to have her here, and that has eased the transition substantially. So, yeah, look forward to having her here as long as she's willing to stay. Please stay, Mary, if you're watching this. Please stay. But yeah, it hasn't been bad. She's actually been, like, as babies go, pretty chill. She doesn't have her days and nights figured out. It's bizarre that you have to teach babies how to sleep. Like, their brains actually aren't developed enough to have organized sleep, and that comes grandma, mother-in-law, yay! Yeah, no, she's, like I said, she's been seriously great. But yeah, babies' brains aren't developed enough to have organized sleep patterns. They don't have circadian rhythms to speak of. Those of you who are interested in having kids at some point will hear about the 4-month sleep regression. And it's not really a regression, it's actually sleep like organization, where like their brain actually becomes developed enough for them to develop a sleep cycle. Hey, Dr. Cheezel, what's up, man? Welcome. This happened to me last Friday. My wife popped. It happened. She's good. She's been a good baby. She's been a really good baby so far. Yeah, my wife is exhausted, but she's like taking it on the chin. She's been super good about it too. Like with Owen, my last kid, both of us were up all the time, every time the baby needed to be fed. It was rough. Hey, Gucci, what's up, dude? Thank you guys. Thanks for the congrats. Feels good. Feels good, man. You're planning on having a puppy. Same thing. Name of the girl? Her name is Naomi Catherine, after our grandparents. Yeah, old school name. Old school names. But yeah, we're doing, like, yeah, my wife is basically just feeding her on demand, and it's going super well. She's pretty chill. Doesn't cry a lot. Eats like a frickin' horse. Candace. It is a good thing, isn't it? Plus, I don't really want people, like, thinking they can call my daughter Candy. It's really weird. What are you? All I think of when I hear the name Gloria is the Birdcage with Hank Azaria playing Agador Spartacus. And if you don't know what I mean, watch the movie. You will immediately appreciate. You'll be trying soon? Look at you. Machine. Giving your girl your grandma's name? Nice. Good choices, guys. The old lady names, they're coming back around. They're coming back. Yeah, it's also it's a lot easier than actually coming up with names. It's a bit of a cheat. Gotta love that. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm screwing up this Discord thing. It's so bad. I'm screwing up the Discord thing. Some bitch. What is this? Dark side of surgery, medical ethics, women in medicine? Uh-oh. Seems like something I'll have to watch soon. You looked up old women names and Naomi was on there? Yeah, it's because it's an old woman name. And Catherine's just a, you know, white, you know, Christian woman name that will always be, always be around. What am I doing here? Ah, this is what I'm doing. You think I'd know what I'm doing by now, but I don't. I've only done this like 100 times. This is in fact the one I want. There we go. I'm live. Yay. Yeah, Naomi's totally on the old lady things. 100%. Eleanor and Madeline? Yeah, those are good names. There's a lot of old lady names coming back if the girls in my son's class and like around it are any indication. Yep. And again, it's just what other names? Honestly, we didn't really consider many. I think we were so we knew that we wanted to do grandmother names, and we thought about Margaret, like, and call her Maggie, or just straight up call her Maggie. Margaret is like, that's super old school, and that's my wife's first name, but, which is kind of why we decided against that, because I have my dad's first name, I go by my middle name. My first name is the same as my dad's, and we get each other's mail, we get each other's phone calls, it's a huge pain in the ass. Charlotte Elizabeth. Charles Scott. That's good. Yeah, we like Charles a lot. For both a boy and a girl, actually. For girl, it'd be Charlie. But yeah, that's a good name. It's also a family name, so that would have worked well. But yeah, we thought about my grandmother's was Naomi May, and we thought about naming her Maggie May, which is, you know, a little bit like stereotypically deeply Southern, but I actually kind of like it. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind Maggie May. We're talking like May West, not like M-A-Y. But still, we went against that for the reasons that I mentioned. Literally, bon voyage. The only Maggie you ever knew was weird as hell? Yeah, it's likewise, and she's my wife now. Actually, I've known several Maggies, actually. They were all pretty cool. But yeah, so that was my big news. What's my first name? Steven. Your cousins took some of the good choices. Those bastards. Yeah, so we were actually gonna name, we thought about naming my son, if he was a girl, Mia, and then like, I don't know, 2 months or something before he was, what was the timeline there? I think like right before we found out the sex, one of my friends named his dog Mia. We were like, well, fuck. That's not gonna work. Milkman Steven, yes, that's my name. Actually, Milkman Steve. That's me. Ugh. Yeah, both my wife and I go by my middle names. I'm Dr. Strange. I am! I could be Stephen Strange. I don't look like a Steve, that's why I'm not. Fool. No, I just spilled water all over myself. I suck at drinking. Oh well. Robert Vance. That's a good. I like Vance. That's a good name. Strong name. That sounds like a Civil War general or something. Sounds like he should grow up to have a giant handlebar mustache and like kick ass and take names while smoking a cigar. August? We thought about August. Yeah. Yeah, August is good. In other news, my son sharded in the tub tonight. His name is cooler than he is. I mean, it's a lot to live up to be fair. But yeah, my kid insisted that I put all of his bath toys in the tub, and then was like, I need to poop. Like, at the end, and like gets out of the tub, and there's just like little turds floating in the bath. I was like, no, no, I have to bleach all of this shit now. Why? Kids are jerks, man. They really are. They just find ways to screw with you all the time. Oh man. Dude, sharding in the tub is rough. It is my least favorite. That hasn't happened in a long time. That's just like, if he had meant it, that would have been a serious power play. Unfortunately, he just kind of was like, I need to poop. Oh, I pooped. Like, no one. Damn it. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, good for him. Exactly. You would have made him clean it. He's almost 6. He'll be 6 in 2 weeks. Yeah, he felt really bad. He was ashamed. And like, you know, usually with stuff like that, you try to be like, oh, yeah, you know, it's okay. But I like, when I saw it, I was like, like, had the instant reaction and then had to like try to recover from it, you know? Like, it's not a big deal, it's fine. Like, it's okay, I just have to literally clean every single toy that you have right now. Great. It's perfect. Oh yeah, I forgot you had older kids. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. What's his first job? Putting him to work, man. Good for you. I can't remember when I had my first job. I think I was older because I worked with my dad. My dad has like a lawn service, or well, yeah, I guess technically he still has it, but back then it was like a legit business. Stocking shelves, good, man. Yeah, get some, like, I feel like everybody needs to do manual labor of some kind, and then everybody needs to work in the service industry somehow. Like, those are really good jobs, like character building jobs for everybody to have. Figure out how much that shit sucks. Like, you respect the people around you doing those jobs a whole lot more, and it motivates you to, like, kind of push past that, you know, career-wise. He is gonna get jacked if he stays at it. Yeah, hell yeah, he is. That's a tough job, man. But good thing he's 16, he can handle it. He can handle it. Yeah, we don't have any Publix here. I think that's an East Coast thing. We have some, like, local... I don't think we have a whole lot of chains here, honestly. They're, like, local chains. It's like Sun Fresh, Price Chopper. Can't even think of any other grocery store chains in the area. Oh well, anyway. Well, so we've talked a whole lot about Path of Exile so far. Those of you tuning in for that, I hope you like babies, because that's all we're talking about. They have good benefits. You know, it seems like a lot of the bigger, like, you know, kind of like big box grocery stores have pretty good benefits. Like, in Costco especially, Costco is really well known for kind of like treating their employees well. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not sure that matters too much to a 16-year-old, but But it's nice. It's nice to have, I guess. Better than not having them. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's rock some character talk, shall we? Alright. Nitty gritty. So, this build, this is an Occultist. A Dark Pact Occultist. So this build is heavily influenced by a streamer named Ghazi, who is, like, pretty heavy into minions. Like, that's his thing. That's kind of like his trademark. He's like the minion skill guru. But his original build was using this, a Necromancer. And I don't think that's the strongest choice, personally. Or not anymore, because this node actually used to be different. It was +2 to the level of all your minion skills, and now it's not. Unholy Might isn't really very good. It is certainly nowhere near as good as +2 to all your minion skills. So, since you can sort of cross ascendancies now with the Forbidden Flesh and Forbidden Flame jewels, which, where's the other one? There it is. You can get Bone Armor, or Bone Barrier, which is amazing for this build. So, quickly, how this build works. Dark Pact does some base damage, and then adds to that base damage 8% of either your life or your skeleton's life that you cast it on to do damage to stuff around either you or the skeleton, whichever you cast it on. Sacrificing 8% of your own life is, like, repeatedly is really tough to manage. I guess there are people who do it, but that sounds like a really bad idea. And this isn't, like, taking damage per se, because Path of Exile is weird and has lots of weird terminology. So sacrificing your life is not the same as taking damage, so you can't apply resistance to that, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong about that, but I think that is the case. So you can't really mitigate that damage. Now, so casting it on skeletons is a great plan. So what this means is that your damage is heavily dependent on your skeleton's life. Yar, can you hear me real loud? Okay. What's that? Oh, yeah, that'd be good. I have those. I'm good. I'm good. The wife is taking advantage of an opportunity to go to sleep. And I do not blame her. Where was I? Oh yeah, so we're working on the two things that we want to do is chaos damage, and in terms of damage actually, is chaos damage and skeleton life, which in turn will give us more chaos damage. So, with the Occultist, we've gone Void Beacon for negative chaos resistance and more chaos damage here, and Withered. And then Malediction for more curses. Now this changed. This is now, it's not called Malediction, can't remember what it's called now. But it gives you an extra curse and also makes your curses apply to hexproof enemies, which normally you can't curse. And, this is, I think, just 50% chance to explode. It does not have the hexproof thing on it anymore. But then we go over here to Bone Barrier and have minions have 20% more maximum life, which translates to basically 20% more damage. And in this game, more means a multiplier, and increased means not necessarily a multiplier. But yeah, more multiplies your damage, so that's good stuff. So the thing that gets super complicated, what is your really quick question? I love your questions. Anyway, the thing to remember is that since you have chain, Dark Pact chains 2 times. Have I ever lied to my wife? I'm sure I have, and I've definitely lied to my kid. That's sort of how you get through life. It was 2 questions, you're right. Yeah, you definitely placate and or lie to your children fairly often. Oh yeah, we'll totally take your friend to see Santa at the North Pole. 100%. We will totally do that. Yeah, absolutely. So damage-wise, since this chains 4 times, you basically multiply this by 5 to get your damage. And for those of you who are not, like, super well-versed in Path of Exile numbers, that's a lot. And this build has pretty basic gear. That's sort of what I'm after, like, this, I'm after sort of, in-game viable, but also not, like, insanely expensive gear, because I just don't play the game enough to achieve that. So, this is all, like, what I would consider good, but not fantastic gear. Like, stuff that's realistically attainable for me. Generally, you can get through most of the end game with probably, like, I don't know, 2 to 2.5 million damage. So doing 4 million damage with, like, half the gear on is pretty freaking good. So, survivability-wise, we are relying on both Energy Shield and Life, which means this is a hybrid build. And as you can see, I have the Emperor's Vigilance shield as sort of an interesting way to split up where your damage goes. So, as you can see, blocked hits can't bypass Energy Shield, and unblocked hits always bypass Energy Shield. So I'll need to work on this here so that Life doesn't take quite as much of a beating as Energy Shield does. Have I ever beat on my life? No, I haven't. No. Give it time, though. As my prostate fails, I'm sure I will. Probably unintentionally. That is a good question. That is a very good question. I like it. Yeah, so basically then you need to get regeneration of both life and energy shield. And for that, I'm thinking right now I'll probably use an anoint on this, even though that's pretty expensive. I might go over here to do that. That's a lot cheaper. Jesus, that's a lot cheaper. Okay. Hell yeah. Would you want to pee on my wife? Sharing means caring. Yeah, so I might anoint this to leech energy shield. Oh, dude, yeah, if I could get away with peeing on her and, like, you know, to just, like, say, hey, I peed on you, I would totally do it. I would totally do it. But yeah, so we're using petrified blood and exploiting infused flesh. Or, excuse me, recoup. Life recoup, which infused flesh does, but so this essentially cancels out petrified blood's gradual life loss. Actually, it more than does that, because I think this is 50% damage recoup. Yeah. Oh, that's wrong one. Yeah. So 50% damage recoup, whereas you lose 40% of hits this way. So you'll actually recoup more life than this causes, than petrified blood causes life loss, if that makes sense. The problem is chaos damage over time, because this doesn't affect damage over time, and chaos damage will bypass your energy shield, so that sucks. So basically you need to just make sure you're leeching life all the time and regenerating quite a lot of life, which I have. I don't have any life leech just yet, but I'm working on that. Gotta figure out some spell life leech or chaos damage life leech, either way. Which I think I'll go ahead and create an amulet with that right now. I guess I really don't care what kind of amulet it is. What stats do I need? Strength and dex. Boom. Yeah, it's gotta be hunter. I cannot remember if that's a prefix or suffix. I think it's a suffix. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Let's see, what else would I want in this? Life. So we'll put some sort of attainable amount of life. I don't know, crit chance. What playlist is this? This is DMCA Free Beats Radio. It's not very long, 50 songs. It's only an hour and 32 minutes, so I'll go ahead and give them a like. It's a pretty good playlist. Yeah, it's a decent playlist, but I wish it was much longer. So apparently this is a really good way to make money these days. I know Harris Heller, who's a YouTube content creator, if you guys don't know about him, does a lot of like equipment reviews and stuff, like streaming equipment, audiovisual stuff. He has a channel, he makes Stream Beats, is his channel. And basically he paid somebody like $50,000 or something to make this huge like catalog of songs, like hundreds and hundreds of songs. And he makes a ludicrous amount of money every month off of this. If someone's on prep, is that something you have to take into consideration? Not really, not unless they have side effects from it. Like a lot of those, I actually don't remember what antivirals are in prep. Or they're different, they're probably different kinds of prep too. But a lot of them cause kidney issues, and sometimes that can be a problem. I think some of them cause cardiomyopathy as well, like heart trouble. But those are, like, to be honest, those are drugs I don't see very often. So I am less familiar with them than maybe I should be. But yeah, I mean, unless they're causing heart issues, then not really. But yeah, anyway, Harris Heller, smart guy, way ahead of the curve, and made a shit ton of money from it. So, good for him. Good for him. But I think everybody's sort of like hip to the game now, because there are a whole bunch of things like this that people are cranking out. See, like, this is just some random, like, suggested playlist, I guess, that I guess maybe we'll go to after this is done. Alright, is this a realistic amulet for me? Yeah, this is actually kind of a complex build. So sorry for the Path of Exile ignorant or novice in the crowd. But actually, I've never used this skill before. I'm kind of excited about it. It's pretty cool looking. Here, I'm gonna... Oops. I'll give Ghazi credit where credit's due. Let's see if we can see a little gameplay. Oh god, stop. Please stop. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, this is like my end game. This isn't intended to be the starter version. Here, I'll show you the starter version. But you know what? The bone barriers I think are pretty cheap. I guess I probably closed out trade. I was looking at this a while back. Oh shit. Yeah, totally legit starter build, right? Getting stuff from all of the in-game bosses. Yeah, nobody wants bone barrier because it's a, you know, generally speaking, a pretty crappy mod or node. And most people who would want it, like, minion builds, are gonna be necromancers. So yeah, that's not, like, super expensive as those things go. That is affordable for me, so I consider that pretty decent. Usually my characters are, like, in-game in the, like, 10 to 15 divine range. So that's doable. I had a, I'll show you the actual, like, early end game, like, legit League starter version of it. Yeah, this is much more attainable. Yeah, with, what is this, probably 1.6 million DPS, because you multiply that by 5 since it changed 5 times. And that's got, like, literally nothing. Like, a couple chaos worth of gear. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what a, like, realistic in-game scenario would be for me. And I think that's probably a pretty good helmet. That's maybe, yeah, that's realistic, I think. Emperor's Vigilance is probably 10 chaos. That wand is probably, I don't know, 50-ish chaos or something. That's pretty easily craftable. So, like, all these things I can afford. Those I can afford. These would be, like, by far the most expensive parts of the build. But certainly functions fine without them. Oh, maybe I should, do that. Wait a second. Oh, okay, I didn't change the life of the skeletons. That's why that. So let's see. We'll leave those in. But we will change this to 8,000. That's less. That's actually less than those would affect it, but so it drops my damage to 676. But given the chance, would I reverse my vasectomy and have another kid for $1 million? No. No, I would not. You probably have to have add a zero on there for that. But yeah, so even without the Forbidden Flesh, Forbidden Flame, this is doing a lot of damage. Wait, was that the wrong life? Damn it! Is it 10710? Oh, I guess I can look. Durr. All summon skeletons. Yeah, 107. Okay. Perfect. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of figure out what my realistic ceiling is, because that is probably where I'll start. Like, I feel like that tree, this is very attainable for me. Level 92. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing fancy here. No expensive jewels, no jewels at all, actually. And cheap-ass gear. That's plenty. 1.6 million damage will get you through red maps without too much problem. My challenge here, like, I guess I'd probably slap an Emperor's Vigilance on this as well. The shield that kind of splits your damage up a little bit. But I wouldn't really have much block. I'd probably have to get this wheel over here. Which is fine. I'll play with it. So yeah, I like having this. This is kind of nice. The 30% of chaos damage doesn't bypass energy shield, but that's like really out of the way. I don't really care for this whole part of the tree. I'd rather do what I have on Damn, which Dark Pact is which? Yeah. On this one, and just, like, ignore that and get armor instead. I think armor is a much stronger way to go than just, like, kind of free ball in determination. And not, not, like, supporting that at all. I'm just hoping that that's enough to mitigate the incoming damage. I don't know, it seems to work for Ghazi, but he also has, like, some outrageous, you know, gear. Let's see. Absolution Necro. Strongest League starter ever! Stop that. Yeah, let's... So this is how the skill works, basically. Oh my god. That's tough. Build overview with gameplay. Alright. Yeah, so like your skeletons run around. Wow, I wish you could kind of see what's going on better. Yeah, the Volcanic is really good though. For this, the extra 5 levels on your skeletons is nice. Yeah, so your skeletons like swarm stuff, and you cast like giant area of effects on top of them, and so that kills things really quick. That is the idea. Oh, we had our office Christmas party on Saturday. I forgot to mention that. That was sort of inopportunely timed for the baby arrival, but man, that was fun. So much fun. Delicious food. So if y'all are over in Kansas City, go to the farmhouse. Farmhouse, super good. Super duper good. What? Yeah, well, I guess I'd have to actually be listening to what he's saying for this to make sense. Let's see what his tree looks like. That's very similar to mine. I went to the party the day after. Yeah, well, I didn't have a baby. I just look like I'm gonna have a baby, but I don't. I'm not gonna do that. But yes, I organized it, and like babies don't really do anything other than sleep. So yeah, that wasn't a huge deal. My wife was very, very good to let me do that, though. I will point that out. That was very nice of her. But she had her mom here, and like she was just sleeping, baby was, you know, nursing, and there's not a lot I can do, honestly. I'm happy to like be a gopher, you know, get snacks and drinks and stuff, change a diaper here and there, but like babies that fresh don't really even like poop or pee all that much. So in some ways, it's sort of an optimal time to go. What percentage of diapers have I changed? Surprisingly low, actually. I would say a quarter, maybe. It's probably somewhere between a quarter and a third. But I'm more than happy to jump on that bomb. I really don't care. 30 diapers are like, I mean, they're, you know, they're pretty gross, obviously, but it's not like, something about it just doesn't really, like, bother me that much. For babies, it's just, nah, not really that big of a deal. So yeah, this is sort of the base model of where this character will probably end up when I'm kind of in-game and poor as crap. And then it'll slowly evolve into, not that, because it's the same thing, into this. I do sort of mourn the loss of the energy shield leech, though. I don't really want to have to use an anoint on that. That's a pretty crappy use of an anoint, in my opinion. And it's nice to be over here to, like... So, leech is super complex. But basically what you want is maximum total energy shield, or maximum total leech per second. That's like by far the most important stat, and this wheel here has a lot of it. So you can actually double it with the mastery here, total, because like if you have 15, 15, 40, and 30, so you basically double your energy shield leech rate, that is, which is grand. And at some point, you kind of want to work in cluster jewels into this, because there's not a whole lot of straight chaos damage on the tree. This is actually like all of it, pretty much. So you want to work that in, and there's some really good, which yeah, I need to there's some really good like sort of utility mods on cluster jewels, chaos cluster jewels, that is. Like one of them like hinders things hit by chaos damage, and then also like makes it take more damage, which is great. Touch of Cruelty. Yeah, hinder and they take increased chaos damage. That is awesome. And Unholy Might is useless. Wicked Paw. Probably ignoring stuns is better. That. So I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if that's like a popular jewel. It probably is. Probably the most popular like chaos large cluster. But yeah, all those things together, like the extra cast speed is a big deal. Touch of Cruelty is huge. Let's see. Allocate, deep. Touch. Oh shoot. That's not what I wanted. No. Let's try it. There we go. Then Unwavering. Unwaveringly Evil. What was the other one? Holy Grace. Navigation, so hard. Gucci. Oh my god. So who should I choose? Should I choose the first time chatter, or should I choose Gucci to spam my channel? Doge hype? Nice. Alright, well. Goodbye. Hotpicks on my page. Hotpicks are always on your page, baby. This user is not banned in the channel? That's weird, because I keep clicking on the ban button. Unable to ban user. Why am I unable to ban the user? What the fuck? Alright. Can I not time him out? Unable to time out user. What the shit? Maybe he already got banned. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Well, huh. Should I pin the message so everybody can see it? Huh, weird. I wonder why I can't do anything with it. It'll restrict you. Or maybe I won't. Okay. Well, thanks, Twitch. Thanks for your mod abilities. Anyway, let's see. This surely cannot be that cheap. Wow, okay. The most romantic thing I've ever done? That's a good question. I can tell you that one of the most romantic things I've ever done was, long story short, I pulled a bunch of strings to get my college girlfriend and I into her favorite restaurant on Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, like proper. And it was like a super popular restaurant. And the night ended in a fight because I didn't get her a card. Like, we went to a movie, went to dinner, like, had a bottle of wine at my house, and it was an amazing evening, and she was pissed off that I didn't get her a card. So, yeah, that was cool. That was super cool. Yeah, how could I forget the card, right? What a dick. What a dick. No card. No card equals no thanks. Let's see. I think the reason adds number, passive skills. There we go. Yeah, that still seems ludicrous. Why is that so cheap? I don't believe that. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it's at least like 50 chaos, but that's still not a very expensive cluster tool. Okay, I'm not trying to dodge the question. I mean, like, honestly, I think some of the most romantic stuff I've ever done is, like, really simple. Basically giving people time more than, you know, some sort of, like, event that I planned. I think for Mother's Day last year, I basically just got my wife a bunch of, like, aromatherapy stuff. Like a candle, you know, scented, Epsom salts, and, you know, had like a music, like a waterproof music thing set up, and just like let her take, like, soak in a tub, and took our son out, and, you know, just like gave her time alone. That was a good one. We've done some like really good dinners and stuff too. Actually, yeah, we had a Valentine's dinner. Until the pandemic, our Valentine's tradition, which I guess we could probably resurrect this year. Our Valentine's tradition was going to this local place called Le Fou Frog, which is really good traditional French food. And it's this very strange, like, very formal yet real kitschy kind of weird atmosphere. But man, the food is fantastic. We went to, what did we go to? Went to some ballet or something beforehand that was, like, really cool. And there's an opera house here called the Kaufman Center, which is, like, world class. It's basically, like, on par with, like, the Met and the Sydney Opera House. Like, literally on par with those. It's amazing. Parents gifting each other away. I know, it's so bad, dude. Like, when you're a parent, like, I mean, you don't, like, think of it until you're, like, in the middle of it, but the nicest thing for a parent is to not be around their children, like, a lot of the time. That's, like, the nicest thing you can do for them. Like, oh yeah, it's so nice to be away from the kids. Okay, you have 5 children. Maybe you could have stopped it too. No, that's how you feel? I don't know. Call me crazy. Alright, what do I want on gloves? Let's figure this out. We need to go to... Oh, that's not what I want. PoE. No, definitely block that. Block that shit. Okay. Gloves. I probably am gonna want armor and energy shields, so strength and int. You hear a cat purring? Is it your cat? I do not have a cat purring in here. You probably hear my computer purring, because it's loud as hell. Let's see. Faster. Interesting. I wonder. So you can get like crazy gloves for spark? I guess that's not quite the same because the spark ones have like projectile stuff on them. Socketed spells have 90% crit multi. Jesus. Alright. That's intense. Cold dot, fire dot. I guess none of that really does much for me. What about Hunter? Ooh, unnerve enemies. That'd be really good. I don't think I have a way to unnerve enemies. Ooh. So unnerve is 10% increased damage taken, basically. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's do that. Gloves, armor, energy shield. Apothecary's gloves. Yeah, that doesn't affect me. Crusader gloves. You can be Hunter. Unnerve enemies with some life. And energy shield. Yeah. Yeah. Those up. Add that in. So, let's make you unnerved? Where do I put that? Yeah, there we are. Sweet. Prevents your opponent from using berries. Does not compute. Am I always on low energy shield? No, I'm not. What would I give up for Luster Jewelness? Charges, perhaps? Maybe I could just, like, get rid of this and go Profane Bloom. I think I'm gonna have Profane Bloom to start with. So what I really want to do is use this shield. I want this shield a lot. The decay thing is super cool. I'm willing to bet that this shield would carry you through maps. Like, put Bane in here, link a curse to it, and then put the new Hex Bloom, the thing that, like, proliferates curses. And watch Profane Bloom go to town. I think that would totally work. So basically everything that gets popped with Profane Bloom, like all of the stuff that it affects, will have Despair on it, I think. I'm not sure the exact timing of how that'll work, but I think that's how that's gonna work. So basically you just get an extra, like, chaos resistance penalty to everything that gets blown up, which should lead to some pretty impressive chain explosions. If I am correct in thinking how that is going to operate, but we'll see. Okay. Moving on. What do I want in boots? Probably just like... Oh yeah, for these I also want, like, life regeneration. That might be asking a lot. Especially since all of this will need to have resistances too. Yeah. Are there any boots in particular that I would want? I don't know my uniques very well, unfortunately. Seems like every time I look through these, I'm like, oh shit, that'd pick the heavy-duty boots. Which ones would those be? Would it be these? These are like the most heavy-duty boots there are. Look at those things. They're just like chunks. It's like putting your feet in like slightly decorated steel pipes. Yeah, totally those. What could go wrong? You have no life regeneration. Ooh, not cool. What's in the cup? Agua. I drink a ton of water, you should know that. Alright, let's see. Does any of this actually help me? Death's Door. Increased elemental ailment duration? That sucks. Oh yeah, I needed to figure out a way to get endurance charges too. Grumble, grumble. I don't know, maybe it's just better to have a rare pair. Projectiles chain +1 times. Oh, I got excited there for a second. Yeah, because Dark Pact is not a projectile, even though it chains. Welcome to Path of Exile. Maybe the Stampede is a good... Cooldown recovery rate of travel skills. Ooh, well, that's rather nice. Dang, that'd be awesome for Frostblink Ignite. Wow. Dang. How did I miss that memo? Yeah, I thought about drinking. I took my kid and one of his friends to this place called Science City, which is just like a big kids museum that's in this old train station. And they were like super good. They were just like really high energy. But when we left, they were going nuts. I think they were super hungry and tired, and my son had to pee. And they were just like, it was total chaos, complete disaster. So I was like, I need to stop. I need to not pay attention to this anymore. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll just come up with some sort of random item here. Two-tone boots? Sure. Let's see if there's anything in the mod list that's particularly helpful to me. If anybody has suggestions, by the way, I know some of you are out there. PoE fans, let me know. I might get Rin's Craft to get Can't Be Chilled. Or maybe I could get Onslaught from boots. That would be cool. Endurance charge on kill would be decent. Level of socketed chaos gems. I don't think that would do anything for me. Yeah, Tailwind if I've crit recently, that's huge. Yeah, maybe I'll just aim for some Tailwind boots. Man, the chance of those, like, having other things that I want on them, like life and movement speed, though, is not good. Not good at all. Well, shoot for the stars, right? Let's see. We'll be modest with the life here. How about? And movement speed. Well, yeah, sure. We'll say 20. You can be hunter. And tailwind. Tailwind. There we go. Add to the build. So, I guess for the belt, I would ideally want Tempest Binding, right? That's probably... Or no, what is that called? This is a sweet helmet, by the way. Super cool, fun to build around. Can't remember what it's called. It's the Harbinger belt, I believe. Not Headhunter. Leash of Oblation. I missed it. Where is it? Torrent's Reclamation. That's what I'm looking for. So is that what I want? ES recovery rate, cooldown recovery rate doesn't do that much for me. Life recovery rate is great. Debuffs expiring is good. Yeah, I'll slap that on there, but I think a rare, like, crafted Stygian Vice would be just as good. So I don't get a whole lot out of the cooldown. That's still a pretty sweet belt. I think I'd like to pump those numbers up a little higher. Rings, probably a Shaper's Mark? Or, oh, whoops, a Shaper. Mark of the Shaper. And yeah, 60 to 53 lightning damage. That's not gonna do much. So I need an Elder Ring. Can I get an Elder Rings? Let's find out. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Elder Rings, where are you? Life per hit, enemy with attacks. Ooh, I should get a... Oh, man. Maybe I should do that, because you can get a lot of life per hit. I'm going to be hitting stuff a lot. That'd be a ton of extra life. Elder Ring doesn't do much for me. Crit multi on a ring, I guess, is pretty nice, but... The freaking life on hit. That hurts. It hurts deep inside. Mark of the Shaper is so good though. Oh, but it's increased elemental damage. Yeah, we'll just leave it on there. Well, for the sake of moving on. Ring can be a... what's the one that... It's a Viridian Ring? Vermilion ring. There we go. Crit multi. Where you at, crit multi? Oh. Guess I ought to make it an elder ring, huh? That'd be smart. There we go. With life. Yep. That'll do. Oh, that's so much damage. Nice. Alright. So like 5.5 million damage, basically. That's okay. That is okay. This is actually a pretty big damage hit in itself. Ideally, I would want... I want Glorious Vanity. Let's do that. Pick some random one. So I know that's what I want. So I'd have that. That gives me minion instability. Oh yeah, that's the node. I'd have that. So that gives me Corrupted Soul. So I take damage from both Energy Shield and Life. And then I could get rid of this. And have a shield that gives me like damage bonuses and stuff. I don't know if I'll ever get to that kind of budget, but we will see. Okay, cool. This will be 3.20. DP Occultist. It's not porn, I promise. End game. Gone. Alright, the other build that I wanted to play with was a General's Cry something? Probably Chieftain? I don't know. Maybe Chieftain. I haven't made General's Cry build in a long time. But I like the, I like Volcanic Fissure, that new skill. That looks really cool. And to have a whole bunch of dudes running across the map, like spamming that, sounds amazing. So I'm assuming that I will probably need a red blade banner. I do not know how accessible that's going to be, especially with all the unique changes. That might be one of the ones that they like made super rare. Or not. Or it's a trash unique. Still. Okay, cool. So lots of cooldown recovery rate. Oh. Oh, it doesn't give maximum Warcry effectiveness anymore, huh? Okay. That is interesting. Oh. Alright. Is there another one? Is this... Let's see. Okay. Good to know. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, okay. So that's the old version. And now, it is Life Leech. It's totally the same thing. Okay, cool. So I guess that means that I need to invest into some cluster tools to get, what was the term? Power. Get the power that I need. Get the power. Let's see. None of these are what I want. So what would I use? What would I use with this? attack skill once before dissipating, so we'll say, we'll put like Tech Slam in here. I think that's pretty similar to Volcanic Fissure. Kinda. It's like 180 something, 185% of attack damage. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can look. I have that brought up for just such an occasion. There it is. 185% of base. Okay. With a little bit of damage conversion. Okay. Okay. It occurs to me that I have absolutely no idea how to make a general scribe build. Maybe I should look at that. Education. Here we go. Let's do this. Path of Math. Well, let's see what he has to say. I'm going to steal your path of building. What? That's weird. Okay, well. Oh god, this is? How about that? It still has Warcries have infinite power. What the hell? I'm so confused. Oh, he's clearly like stripped this character, I guess. Great. Perfect. Well, that isn't very helpful, is it? Perhaps I won't give you a full-length view. There we go. So in case you're curious what I'm doing, I'm watching, just like, letting that video run in the background. What age can people generally consent? Well, I think you've asked that question like twice before. What is your fascination with the age of consent, and should we be concerned? We can look that up. And just for you, I'm going to have age of consent searches on my computer. On my Google history. Alright. Age of consent. Majority of states, it is 16 years of age. Statutory rape, a guide to state laws and reporting. Great. Here we go. There's your answer. Whoops. So 16 is here. 17 is these states. And green is 18. Boom. Like, psychologically? Let's see. Ages of consent were set at 10 or 12? Oh my god. What? Except in Delaware was 7. This is twisted. Oh yeah, you're 7 years old. I mean, I think in general it's just, why we say that kids can't consent for, you know, anything, whether it's, like, sex or, medical procedures or whatever, is that they don't have the necessary like mental faculties to make an informed decision. But age of consent laws historically only applied when a female was younger than her male partner. 2015? That didn't change until 2015? Weird. Okay. Let's see. Dude, I'm going on a list somewhere. For sure. What do I Google for this? Constitutes consent. What constitutes a mass shooting? Oh god. Agreement between participants to engage in sexual activity. Consent should be clearly and freely communicated. Okay, well that's just sex specifically. Yeah, I'm not really willing to delve into this much more than that, to be honest. Alright, what is... No, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Cry. All right. What's in this tree here? You and your allies gain onslaught. Ooh, that's good. That's a very good node. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So I am sensing that cooldown recovery rate is really important. Taking increased damage, okay. 4 to 5, man. Pretty interesting way to get spell suppression. Alright, hop back to it. Oh, wait. Anything else that I need to know here? Okay, so he's Pure Fizz. That doesn't really help me, I don't think. Actually, I guess it would, because I just convert... Yeah, just convert it to fire. What am I asking the Santa for Christmas? Nothing really, honestly. I just buy whatever I want. You know what my kid wants? Is a 3D printer. And we bought it for him. We totally bought him a 3D printer. So I was like, you know what? I feel like I could figure out a use for that as well, so let's do it. I think we got him a pretty decent one too. It was like $400 on sale. It just sort of like randomly happened to be on like flash sale on Amazon for like $150 off. So I was like, screw it, we'll buy it. And so we did, and now we're about to own a 3D printer because I'm a huge sucker. I'm also gonna have to figure out how to use it. apparently they're sort of finicky beasts. Not sure I like that so much. He's gonna be nerdy like me. Yeah, he has no choice. No choice at all. God, that is a really good sword. What the hell? So would I do a berserker or a chieftain? I don't know. So much rage. They're very rageful. I don't know, I kinda like the idea of a chieftain. Lots of life regen. Lots of fire damage. Lots of life leech. Oh yeah, what are... I didn't check the, Is this what I want? That is not. That's crap. What does he have in here? So he's got all the charges checked. How much rage? I guess he doesn't have any rage. Oh, but doesn't have this on a boss. Okay, that makes a difference. Blitz charges onslaught. Hey, good gosh darn, what's up, man? How are you? I'm delving deep into the Path of Exile rabbit hole here. How's your weekend, man? Oh, it's not a weekend, right? I'm on vacation. It's been such a weird week. I was thinking it was Sunday. I'm in a time warp. It's terrible. How's your week? This is a better question. Okay. I guess... Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, shoot. Wish you would have said that. Come on, you guys. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I wonder if my volume got turned down. No, not there. Oops. Nope, still where it was. Cool. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, anytime the sound is messed up, let me know. My sound seems to suffer very badly from, like, updates and all sorts of randomness that I don't predict. I try to, you know, try to look at all of my, like, EQ levels and stuff beforehand, but sometimes that doesn't tell the whole story. So, yeah, holler at me. You will not hurt my feelings, I promise. I'd rather you be able to hear my dulcet voice. Newport is good. She's actually pretty chill. So far. I mean, you know, 5 days into this experiment. Yeah, I'm doing alright. My mother-in-law's in town, and so we have some extra help. And, my wife's really kind of, like, taking the experience on the chin, honestly. And she's just like, well, you can, like, run and get me stuff, but there's not really much reason for you to be awake. Unless I just need more people. So, she's been, you know, nursing the kid at night, and so I've been pretty good. I've been pretty well rested and, like, you know, sort of doing the bulk of the housework and taking care of our kid and stuff. So it's been good. It's actually been going pretty good. Yeah, she's real tired and has been, like, sleeping most of the day. So I have a minimum of 10 power. Well, I guess I need that now, huh? I mean, maybe I'll just use, like, corpse walkers or something, so I have... Regen 8 life per second, nice. Yeah, it's been good, actually. It's been a decent experience. I hope it holds up. this is actually a pretty good pair of boots for this particular build, I believe. Level 20 Corpse Walk. So I wonder what Corpse Walk actually does. Okay. The cast time is 1 second. Spawns corpses around you when I move. Okay. I don't know what the hell that means. It doesn't tell me anything. So I guess that means that I can use Cyclone to just like hit stuff. Have like life gain on hit. It's kind of cool. And that'll count as me moving. And just generals cry like a mofo all the time. Have I posted any guides or builds after I'm done? Yeah, I have actually. In the past I have. I haven't so I posted a sort of like overview of some of the builds that I considered for League Start yesterday. But I did it on a separate channel that I apparently did not link to Discord. It's just a super brief overview, but all of the builds are like in Discord if you want to look at them. They're just like frameworks for builds. No reason to really waste your time watching the video if you already have those. Which is part of why earning a living posting Path of Exile build guides is so hard, because people like show up to your video and watch it for like 30 seconds, and they take all the Path of Building codes and then just leave and don't watch it anymore. So you're like, I've forgotten what the metric is called, but like your average time watched is terrible. Don't know if you could handle this after an intellectually demanding job. Well, fortunately, I have been off. The newborn is probably the biggest challenge there. But yeah, the intellectually demanding job, I probably would not be theory crafting if I had a really rough day. The fortunate thing is that I most of the time don't have any problems. It's generally pretty plug and play. Like, you sort of see disaster coming and you avert it, but the days where you're in there like pumping people full of blood and like somebody's doing really bad and all that sucks. That's super stressful. And I might play the game, but I wouldn't be like talking about it this in depth, because that takes a ton of energy. So you're right. Generally speaking though, I do definitely have an iron gut. Sort of takes that to be in, you know, a job where people die on the reg. I actually haven't had a patient die intra-op for a long time. Knock on wood. Like years. It's been a while. I had a lady whose family withdrew care from her within hours last week, I think. She did really badly for some reason. I can't remember why. She just kind of like went downhill. Like, she was totally stable for us, and like we dropped her off in the ICU, and then she just like started doing bad within like minutes, like 10 minutes. Do we keep track of how many days? Oh no. No. I mean, you pretty much remember everybody who, you know, does badly. Maybe if you work at like a bigger, you know, institution where there's more traumas and stuff, like people getting shot and whatnot. That doesn't register quite as much, but we're like sort of a medium-sized community hospital, so people don't die on our watch very often. We just don't do enough like huge surgeries. Usually people who are like moribund get shipped off to bigger hospitals. Yeah, even in the ED it almost never happened. Yeah, I mean, typically people who are gonna die in the emergency room like don't make it there. Level 3 trauma. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if anytime you're like in the middle of a major city, you've always got risk of somebody coming in doing super bad, right? Let's see, General's Cry, I want Cyclone on here. That's sort of just the sad reality of it. What else could I put on there? Block chance reduction. What the fuck? That's a gym? What? What? Why would you ever want that? Oh yeah, no, the ICU. Yeah, the ICU is where people die. For sure. Especially recently, man. Like, all the COVID stuff was just brutal. People dying left and right. Chance to flee. That might not be so bad. I feel like blind might be better, though. Yeah, do that. So I've got to have a big two-hander. Excellent sword damage. Oh, yeah, we'll use a mace. Yeah. Yeah. Mace time. So we want Overlord, because that is ridiculous. It's aggressive defense. Yeah. Non-damaging ailments. I won't be doing any of those. 10% chance to maim. So I might switch this up to have various leech things on it. Weight advantage seems like a good choice though. And I'm definitely going to need to go hard into attack speed. David Blaine? Oh, that guy's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they do that. It's magic. But yeah, some of those tricks are just nuts, man. I have no idea how that works. With VTAC, you die in 2 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Like, officially die, you're pretty much functionally dead immediately if they can't get you back. What was I looking for? Two-handed mace. There we go. Impact Force Propagator. Warcries exerts an additional attack. I've forgotten how General's Cry works, but I'll get back to that in a minute. Okay, so I want something fast. Fast is really important. 10% increased strength. Whoa. I wonder if I could do a strength stacking build here. That might be cool. That's so much faster, though. Wow, those implicits are pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, well, let's do my initial thought, which is... Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. Which is speed kills. So we'll say his damage... Numerical fizz damage. And we'll say a whole buttload of attack speed. How much is that? 700 EPS? Sure, that's realistic. It's because the brain uses up all the O2. Yeah, I mean, your brain uses a ton of oxygen. Yeah, so your brain uses about 200, well, it's more like 3 mils of oxygen per kilo per minute. And that's, I've forgotten. what percentage that is. I want to say it's like a quarter of your oxygen consumption, so that's a lot for just your brain, if you consider like what percentage of your body, like by mass, your brain is. The fact that it uses a quarter is it's just unbelievable. That's how metabolic it is. What causes clubbing? Ischemia. Brain death is the cause of VTech death? Yeah, I mean, I guess technically it would be, yeah. Yeah, if you want to dig into it, I mean, basically, like, brain death is the cause of every death, right? Do you really want to, like, drive that? You die when your brain dies, because you are, as the memes say, you are a brain, and you're driving a flesh mech. Which is really weird to think about. Brain is the first organ to die in VTech? That would make sense, yeah, because it is so intensely metabolic. Yeah. I guess I haven't considered this, but yeah. Your brain would probably die first. Yeah. I mean, you get anoxic brain injury pretty quickly. But what's a quick way to say this? So it's much more common in my experience that people are brain dead and can donate their organs than it is like the other way around. Like they're mentally perfect, but all of their other organs are gone. Am I able to read an MRI CT scan? Yeah. Not well. But I can see big, bad, and ugly, for sure. Let's see. For each time I've worked right recently. Remove an ailment. That's pretty good. Kind of like the 15% life recovery, though. I agree. I am no slouch. I can read it pretty decently. I can see if there's something like markedly abnormal. That is not a problem. Yeah, that's a good question, though. Fire exposure, an extra 5. Okay. Oh, am I doing strength stacking with this? Yeah, why not? Even a brain? Yeah. Can I see a brain in an MRI? You can. You can. That's what it looks like. That looks to be a pretty normal brain. Isn't that weird? Look at that. Eyes. This is not normal. Can I see a brain? I think I can. What's in the ventricles? CSF. Usually. If there's not, you get a big problem. Very good. Thanks. Really appreciate your support. Let's see. Tax with supported skills counted exerted. Oh, okay. That's cool. The counter's triggered. Okay. Interesting. Powerhouse of the cell? The penis. Duh. Everybody knows that. actually want that. Yeah, I guess I'll fill out the rest of the points and see what happens. Can't trust cells until germs are unproven. It's true. It's true, but you know what? You can just inject disinfectant in yourself and everything will be fine. You just solve that problem immediately. It's all good. Don't even worry about it. Shining UV light, also good. A cutoff for abortions? I'm not going to talk about abortion, dude. But the short answer is no. If there's a medical reason, then no. Because there's lots of people who don't find out that they have, like, a, you know, dangerous or unviable pregnancy until late, you know, late term. Yeah, but it'll kill the patient, exactly. There's lots of people who, like, they figure out... I mean, there was one lady who actually, like, coded with her baby. She had peripartum cardiomyopathy and didn't, like... Her understanding of her situation was not great, to say the least, but she was, like, kept in the hospital forever and coded. Like, she went into some sort of, you know, pulseless arrhythmia, and they literally did a bedside C-section. They just, like, did a C-section while she was getting resuscitated and got her baby out. I think I don't know what happened to her baby, actually, now that I think about it. Probably died, unfortunately. But yeah, like, she was, you know, viable. I think she was, like, 26 weeks or something. So, yeah, situations like that where it's like, yeah, you might actually die from having this baby. It's sort of tough to tell somebody no, right? At least I would think so. No, they didn't anesthetize her. She was, like, functionally dead. Nope, just C-section. Go. That's how that works. Let's see. Reduced attack speed? No, thank you. Do not feel pain while legally dead. I think the chances that you do are remote. Blinded. Wait, do I want to do this crit, or am I... Maybe I shouldn't do crit. Maybe I should just click that and be done with it. Get blazing speed otherwise. Have I ever made $1 million with my talent? I have not. I don't think I've broken $0 with my talent, actually. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. But not yet. Soon, friends. Soon. Soon. Yes. Skill cooldown 2 seconds. That is too long. It's too fucking long. Taunted by my work rise. To steal some drugs? Oh, that's such a good idea. I should totally do that. That seems reasonable. If they... Like, if anybody asks questions, I'll just explain to them I'm trying to make some extra money. That seems fine. It's not a crime if you don't get caught. Totally true. Why have I not thought of that before? Oh, man. See, this is why I stream. You guys are brilliant. Freaking geniuses up in here. Lust for carnage? That's fantastic. Okay. I learn something about this game every day. Oh, maybe I could get some rage? Interesting. What is that? Oh, Uber Eats wants to sell me things. No, Uber Eats. I am going to go to sleep soon. I do not want you. How do I introduce myself to patients? I introduce myself by my full name, like normal name. I don't say doctor unless I want to, like, convey authority, honestly, because, like, sometimes you have, like, you know, super anxious patients that you want to, like, establish, like, hey, I'm your doctor, because, like, a lot of people don't know that anesthesiologists are doctors, oddly enough. It might be because we don't do anything, but they don't need to know that. The doctor-patient would be improved if doctors wore a monocle. I do wear a monocle, and it seems to go really well. I haven't been sued yet, knock on wood. So it must be the monocle. I think that's what's up. How many points have I used? Oh, I'm done. Oh, shit. But where am I going to put my beautiful cluster jewel? Let's see. I would want Fortify with this for shout. Oh, and I didn't get this other endurance charge? Dude, I am totally doing this wrong. What the crap? What is wrong with me? Every 2 seconds you can cast it. So I guess I need a whole bunch of cooldown reduction, huh? Warcry speed? Maybe. I need that cluster. Do I ever do review systems? Yeah, on every single patient. That's kind of like my job. It's like literally what I do all day long. Ooh. Hey, you stop that. Stupid phone alarms. So I usually, like, literally ask questions, like, head to toe. That way I don't forget. With the exception of heart and lungs. So I always ask, you know, about cardiac history. Like, you kind of have to be, so everybody learns to ask open-ended questions in med school, right? You can't really do that if you want to actually, like, survive in the profession and get the answers and the information that you need. But, that said, you can get yourself in a trap where you're like, do you smoke? And they say no. And what they mean is they don't currently smoke, but they quit smoking 3 packs a day 4 days ago, right? They smoked 3 packs a day for 70 years, but they, quote, quit smoking this week. They're like, no, I don't smoke anymore. So, obviously, they have a huge smoking history, right? So if you say, hey, are you having any, like, heart problems? They're like, no, it's fine. But within the past 20 years, I've had 5 heart attacks and 3 heart operations and a valve replaced and, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I always ask them something pretty generic like that because, like, you know, have you ever had any heart trouble? Because most people know what that means. And, you know, they'll bring up everything from, like, totally asymptomatic. How many times have I stopped smoking? I stopped smoking probably about, like, how many cigarettes are in a pack? 20? I stopped smoking about 20 times a day. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, like, you know, same thing for lungs. Like, do you have any problems breathing at all? Are you on any inhalers? And then if they say, you know, yeah, I've had a heart attack, I'm like, okay. Did you have stents? Did you have surgery? Like, have you had any problems since you got treated for that? And kind of like go from there. You just sort of like dig in until you get the information that you need. So instead of just like asking everyone every question, you you know, sort of ask the open-ended stuff and then dig in as much as you need to. If they have a heart attack, how does it affect my case? It potentially might not, honestly. You know, there are a fair amount of people who have heart attacks and are like pretty much unaffected by them, which is super weird to think about, but it does happen. Imagine medicine with 100% medical history accuracy. Yeah, that one of the most frustrating things about being a med student is like asking patients something and then you like, you know, present them to your attending and your staff, and the patient like either contradicts you when you're talking or has like told somebody else something different and they speak up. You're just like, son of a bitch. Just like, you already know that, you know, nobody wants you around anyway as a med student. They're like, why is this person here? You're just such a pain in the ass. You're just like spouting incorrect information or like, you know, something that's like contradictory. It just makes you look and feel terrible. Briefly give a recommendation for how to make a good write-up. Anything that's systematic, man. Like I said, if you go head to toe and just like think of significant ailments for each organ system. So like heart attack, like, so we'll go head to toe. So for brain, if you ever had a seizure, stroke, then like those are probably the big ones. You know, maybe visual impairment if for whatever reason that's relevant. You can sort of throw like, you can have like a catch-all category, like you had cancer. Usually if you think that that's going to be relevant, you can ask them in that particular like organ system. But anyway, so seizures, strokes, heart, you want like heart attacks, any like arrhythmias, chest pain, you know, cardiac symptoms that they may have been having, like syncopal episodes, lungs, smoking history, you know, do they have asthma, do they have any breathing issues, do they have sleep apnea, do they wear oxygen, then, you know, like kidney problems, they have a kidney doctor, liver issues, you know, like whether they're alcoholic or like hep C, but most hep C honestly has been cured these days, which is freaking crazy. What else? Yeah, like GI stuff, if they're nauseated, if they've had any surgeries, you know, if they're like having any point tenderness anywhere. If I was going to present to attending, that's exactly how. You just do it systematically. Like, say this person has had these things, and then say you're working somebody up for, I don't know, shortness of breath, right? So they call it pertinent negative. So like, that's something that they have not had that might shape your diagnosis. So if you say this person's suddenly had shortness of breath, but they have no cardiac history, they've not had any chest pains, they're not on any like blood pressure meds, then you say they do have a history of being allergic to bees or something, bee stings, and they got stung by a bee, so maybe that's why. Why do they make you present the HPI past metric? Just for completeness. You basically just you learn everything and then figure out what you can get rid of once you're more experienced. Because like, if you realistically presented like an entire patient history every time, that would, like, you'd never get anything done. That's just way too time consuming. Yeah, so the idea is you learn the rules before you can break them, right? You hear that phrase all the time. But it's really true. I mean, it's hard to like separate out what isn't necessary if you don't know like the pieces of the puzzle to begin with. And I think the way that medical education does it is a little cumbersome and could use some improvement, but that's the idea at least. Five Mirage Warriors using Tectonic Slam. Okay. I like this. I like it. Wait a second. Why did this guy have 6 Mirage Warriors? I am confuzzled. Well, that would make a huge difference. That's 20% more damage. I need to figure that out. What is going on? What's that? Oh, more elegant form. Okay. Mentality. Oh yeah, I wanted to get some of those Warcry cluster jewels. Ooh. Let's see. How often can he general scry? Every 2 seconds. Okay, so that doesn't... That makes me feel better, at least. This, like, super buff-ass build. But yeah, I can get in and see a patient who's of medium complexity in certainly under 5 minutes, probably like 3 minutes most of the time. Assuming that I have their history in front of me and like kind of know what to work with. If I have to go from nothing at all, then I'll be asking a lot more questions, but it takes a little longer, obviously. Let's see, flammability. Ancestral War Chief. What's the other one? Ancestral Protector? Yeah. Oh, shit. So I want Blood Rage. Or some Life Leech. What else? Anger? You are welcome for the help. I am more than happy. Oh, more spell damage. Here. I think that's better, right? I want determination too. Got the Beardy and Ash. Nice. So let's see, Vitality on Arrogance. Yeah, my interview is also pretty quick because really the only thing that's sort of like critical importance is heart and lungs and brain, I guess, for anesthesia. So those are questions that I, you know, am primarily concerned with. Like, you know, certainly there are other things that are significant, but like, dude, if your leg hurts, that's not gonna affect your anesthesia. Really don't care. Even if it's like hurts a lot. It doesn't matter. Why is it dangerous to put a super morbidly obese person to sleep? Well, for lots of reasons. Let's see. So to name a few, airway is a concern. So, people who are giantly fat have a lot of back fat. Is it like 800 pound? Let's see. I've forgotten what super morbidly. I think super morbidly is 50 BMI. So that's probably not as heavy as you might think. Like probably 400 pounds or so. Let's see. Extreme obesity. I don't think this is quite gonna encapsulate super morbid obesity BMI. Yeah, 50 or higher. Yeah. So people who are this fat, they have a lot of back fat. So when you're placing someone's airway, you basically want them like this, like chin up and their neck kind of like forward. But the fact that they have lots of fat on their back basically makes them do the exact opposite of that, so their airway's a little more difficult. A lot of them also have just like more pressure on their neck that sort of distorts their airway. Lots of people who are that fat have something called obesity hypoventilation, which is actually a really complex medical problem where they have so much weight on their chest that they're chronically hypoventilated, and they've changed all the chemoreceptors in their body to like make them breathe less because their body thinks that's normal. So they're not breathing adequately. Like their brain doesn't say, "Oh my God, there's too much carbon dioxide. This blood is too acidic. I need to breathe more." Because that's what it's like. The set point is much higher for the CO2 threshold, and if you raise that threshold further, like with narcotics, then they can suffocate, even though they're like breathing normally, because they're just not breathing enough. Yeah, well, hypoventilating, like low. Yeah, that's bad. It's a really difficult illness to treat. So like, even if somebody loses a ton of weight super fast, it takes a long time for those chemoreceptors to go back to normal. I actually don't know how long, but it's on the order of years. It's a really long time. It's hard to change that one way or another. So those reasons, morbidly obese people are also like, you know, just more prone to cardiovascular events like heart trouble and hypertension, strokes, things like that. Basically, obesity is like a risk factor for freaking everything. So, that's why. Why do I have scissors in my hand? Because I'm just fiddling with them. Why do you have scissors in your hand? They were sitting here, and I guess I don't need to be in Path of Exile. And I picked them up and was messing with them. Needs to hold scissors while talking about obesity, of course. Doesn't everyone? That's just totally normal, right? Totally normal thing to do. Why did he eat his 20-piece McNuggets? I did not. That's disgusting. Oh, man. Astromantis. That's what it's called. Just put some random strength stack stuff on here. Act like that's actually what I'm gonna do, which I may. Oh, you know what? I need that. I need a crown of eyes. Is there any other ways to eat nuggies than with scissors? And 20 at a time. It's a good time to go to bed. Whatever time allows you to get like 7+ hours of sleep before you need to wake up. Or whenever you want. As Grace-Dale says. But yeah, 7+ hours of sleep per day, and regular. You know, you want to go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day, ideally. What else do I want here? Maybe I'll just put like a random strength ring. Oh, lion's roar. Boop. You want to wake up at 7:45? Yeah, go to sleep by like midnight or something. At least. I mean, more is better. Like, if you can get more sleep and do it. You should. You're welcome. Sleep is really interesting. I think sleep medicine is really cool. A weird fact that I actually didn't know until, think about, like within the last year, of people with sleep apnea, 80% have atrial fibrillation. That's a lot. That is a huge percentage. Let's see, how much could I realistically get? Probably like 250? Sure. Between all the other stuff? 1,000 strength. Alright. Cool. Why do I use a CPAP? Because I have sleep apnea. Is that a trick question? Oh, are you asking what's a CPAP for? Basically it's holding open your airway. Why do I have sleep apnea? Because I have a fat freaking neck. That's why. This. That's doing me no favors. Let's see, melee fizz. Pulverize? Okay, sure. Added fire. When did I start having it? Probably about like 6 or 7 years ago. I've had a CPAP for almost 6 years now. It keeps your airway open by just like forcing pressure into your lungs, basically. So it like spreads apart all the tissue and stuff that would be collapsing on itself otherwise. That's not as much damage as I thought it would be. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, I guess I haven't given myself any, let's see. Guardian, do I use power charges? No, I do use frenzy charges. Also endurance. Would cutting a hole in your windpipe cure sleep apnea? It would. Weird. I should have done that. I should have just gotten a tracheostomy and not worried about it. I think that's a much better solution to my problem than wearing a CPAP nightly. I'm so glad you guys are here. There are lots of people actually, who get trached because of bad obstructive airway disease. Why don't you wear a CPAP while awake? Because you're standing, for one, and usually, when you're awake, your muscle tone is better. Part of, like a safety mechanism that you have is that your brain basically like shuts down your muscles when you're asleep, for lack of a better way to put it. So all of that like supportive musculature around your neck kind of like just isn't working anymore, and so your airway can like squish down. Breathe manually. I just have somebody with like a bellows next to me just like pumping while I'm asleep. Flawless. I think that's a great plan. So speaking of me sleeping, I think I should do that. So I will work on this later. GC Volcanic Fissure. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining me. I know that was rough if you're not a Path of Exile fan, but I do appreciate you being here. I will do my best to be here on Sunday. I'm going to be playing this game as much as freaking possible starting Friday at 1 p.m., so you're welcome, you're welcome. About how to make roux? No. I do love making a good roux, though. It's delicious. Alright, you guys have a good one. I will catch you on the flip side. Enjoy the Path of Exile launch if that's your thing. Deuces.